Welcome to Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. I'm your host, Frank Acom. You can see we already have our guests in the studio, but before that, I have an important reminder that today is primary day for a very few amount of people, but I still wanted to mention it. Here we go. The local primary elections are today, and that is for Addison, Bath, Campbell, Caton, Rathbone, Troopsburg, and Wayland. All primaries are for registered Republicans, and no other party is having a primary today, so don't forget, mark your calendar, get out and vote if you are in that area. And as always, you can contact me if you have any questions. We're going to be talking about ASSE.com, and that's the International Student Exchange Program. Sylvia is back, and everybody's excited, back by popular demand. So that interview is coming up in just a moment. We're going to take a quick break right off the jump here so that we can get to our guests. So stay with us. This is Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. Stay with us. We are back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. Our guests are in the studio. We are talking about this morning. Let me put it up on screen so you have it. ASSE.com, and that is the International Student Exchange Program. Thank you so much for being in on the program again. We got a special new guest too. Yeah, you gotta use the microphone. Well, thanks for being back. So Sylvia, it's winding down. How's it feel? It's winding down.
Yeah, it's almost over.
Yeah.
1 week.
1 week.
Yeah, like this time next week I'll be gone.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's a good
way to put it out there.
There you go. I got a feeling that's going to come up. So first of all, congratulations on the graduation and on your prom. You had prom since the last time we talked. How'd it go?
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went with my friend here. She's also an exchange student, so I had really a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I graduated like last week.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was such a big event, and it was cool to see like the graduation. I always saw like the ceremony and everything like on movies, and like, it was cool to live like in real life.
Yeah. How do your friends feel now that you're going away? Happy? Don't say happy.
They're sad.
They're sad. I think I'm sad too. They're such great people, and I'm so lucky I had them.
Mm-hmm.
They're like my safe place, and so it's gonna be hard to leave them.
Mm-hmm. What was you said at graduation? You've seen it on TV. Was everything you imagined? I wish I had a picture of the mortarboard. That was so nice. What you did, you know that.
Oh yeah, the cap.
Yeah, the cap.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was. I saw like on movies and like throwing the cap and
Yeah.
I'm not.
Did you
going
throw
on
the cap?
stage.
She
I
did.
did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not really far, but
Gotta make sure you get it back.
Yeah, you wanted to find it.
and I didn't want to ruin my art and craft.
You spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of questions for you. If people are just tuning in, we're talking about the International Student Exchange Program. Sylvia, you've been on in the past. We should have you introduce your sister.
Yeah, she's my sister.
That's a good introduction. Thank you for being on the program. What do you think about this experience for your sister?
This experience helped so much her.
Mhm.
It is an amazing experience for her. She's more confident. She's more confident.
No, that's good. That's
And she knew new people. So I'm so proud of her. And
now. Did you do the exchange program?
no, I haven't. I didn't have. Because there was COVID.
Oh, sure.
On 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I couldn't.
So you're the older sister.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do back in Italy?
I'm going to study industrial engineering and management.
Okay.
But in Netherlands. So.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Oh, and that. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys just hop all around. Now, Sylvia, we asked you this last time, but when you go back, what is your plan?
So we have 5 years of high school instead of 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to finish my school there and graduated from there because I'm not actually graduated from the high school here. And so that's basically my plan. And I need to catch up on the on the stuff that my classmates did in Italy while I was here, and I have kind of like an exam, and then I can go back in the 5th year and graduate it.
Do you already apply next year for university?
Yeah, next year around like January, I think, starts the application.
So where do you go to school?
Mhm.
Do you like what school? What's the name of the school?
University of Twente.
Okay, and where do you want to go to school? Do you have a dream school?
I don't know. Yeah, but I want to study design,
Yeah.
in particular graphic design, if I can.
Okay.
But-
Well, we've got to take a short break already, so stay with us. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. This is going smooth, guys. I think we're doing good. We are back here with Frankly Speaking, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. This morning, we are talking about ASSE.com. That's the International Student Exchange Program. They're always in need of host families. And our guests, well, Sylvia is the only one that's actually the exchange student, but we have Elisa, who's been the mother, right, this whole time.
Yeah.
What's the experience meant for you?
It has been incredible. I really didn't know what to expect because this was nothing that I really sought out. It kind of just fell into my lap. But it's been just to be able to bond with her, get to know her culture and where she's from, and her to share that with me, and then me to share everything that we have here with her, and an opportunity to be a mom.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I know this is kind of a dumb question, but I think a lot of people wonder, are you feeling right now, and what do you think you'll feel like next week?
Sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Not already. How many times do you think you guys have cried in the last week?
I cry every day.
Yeah. Oh, you are. I got the tissues. Sylvia, last night was your graduation party. Big wing ding. When they put together the video of all the surprise. Why am I using words she would never understand? When they put
Wing
together,
ding.
I know wing ding. when they put together the video for you, how tough was that to watch? Of everybody just saying how great you are, just praising you nonstop.
It was hard too. Don't cry.
Oh no, you're gonna have to step up because you're the only one not crying. So you're gonna get all the questions.
I'm not crying now.
Okay.
But watching all the people that have been during my they've been my here, it was, I don't know, it was weird and sad, and was great. Like, I'm grateful to have those people in my life because I'm sure they will be forever. And I don't know, it was such a great surprise.
Yeah. So you didn't know it was coming at all?
I knew there was a surprise. I didn't know what.
So you even have to kind of tell that there's a surprise. Last time you gave away the flag, remember? So it's like you can't even.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. But
I kept that one.
did you expect something like that?
No. And like they were trying to.
Oh, her friends were trying to throw her
Yeah.
off.
Like,
Oh, okay.
So I was really confused.
Yeah.
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 And she was saying, I want to make you cry.
Yeah.
And then she did.
Yeah. So Elisa, right?
Yeah.
Do you think next year, Elisa, you should get an exchange student named like Elise and then like Alicia, and she has a
Every
sister
year.
Lisa.
Just
Yeah.
they have to look like me,
Yes,
and they have to have a similar name. Yeah.
But Elisa, has it been difficult coming to America now as you see your sister at both like a really good time and a really sad time? I know that's a long question. Sorry. That's a long question. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Do you
what is the question?
So like she's coming in to visit
Right.
at a time that's going to be also great time for you,
Happy
but
and
also
sad.
difficult,
Right.
Is that tough?
Yeah. I mean, she will be sad, of course.
Yeah.
But I would stay close to her, and I think I am here for her. So also, if she is happy or sad, I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay with her. So.
But this is kind of a vacation for you, and you have to put up with it crying all the time.
Not worry.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. So
You've been to America before.
yeah, when I was 8
Oh,
with
okay.
my family,
Oh.
so also with Sylvia, and we went on in New York city.
Yeah.
City. And, yeah. But I don't remember so much.
Yeah, being
I
8
don't
years old.
remember.
Yeah. So this is a tough question. I think I asked it last time. Sylvia, and I'm going to ask you, Elisa, in a minute, but what has been your best experience?
Probably cheerleading, like
Oh, yeah.
like experiencing like a new different sports. I mean, I used to dance, but it's not just dance. Like it's much more. It's like supporting each other. Like it's a great sport. I feel like it's a really complete, and it's probably like good that we don't have it in Italy. So it's really special because I got to experience, but not everybody can.
Sure.
So I'm grateful, and I had such a great team. So
And you,
Definitely.
I mentioned it last time, but you guys did really well, too.
yeah, we
So
went
that's
to
gotta be nice.
states,
Yeah.
and we won sectionals, and it was fun.
What's been the best experience for you, Elisa?
Oh goodness, it's hard to choose honestly because the whole experience has been really, really special. But I think watching her grow, I remember picking her up from the airport the first time, and just she seemed so scared and like but full of optimism.
Yeah.
And watching her just evolve into this really confident woman. And I've said it from the beginning, I think she's incredibly brave, but just watching her transform into herself even more and the person that she's meant to be has been really beautiful. You know, like the story of a butterfly, that's
Yeah.
kind of how I've looked at it.
Are you nervous to go back, Sylvia? Because everybody keeps mentioning you changed so much.
Yeah, I'm scared to see how my family will like react, and my friends back home, because I feel I changed a lot, and my personality changed. So so I'm kind of scared, but I know they're waiting for me, and I'm also like happy to see them, and
Yeah, they're probably excited to have you back,
yeah,
right?
I guess.
Okay, on that note, let's take another short break. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. This is the M.A. Neal Financial Services section of our program, and we'll be right back. We are back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Acom. We're talking this morning about the International Student Exchange Program, ASSE.com. Elisa, in the past when we've talked about this, how difficult is it to be prepared to really change your life and upend your life? What was that process like?
I didn't have time to prepare for this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I always forget.
But I don't think it's something that you can totally prepare for because you just don't know what to expect.
Sure.
You know, even if I were to do this again, I have an idea, but, you know, the student would be different, which would completely change the experience, I think. But I do think that it is important that if you are planning on considering this, that you really think through, is this something that I can commit to? Because it is a commitment, and you want to make sure that you're giving experience to the child and you're supporting them in what they're doing and going to their events at school. You know, you want them to have not just coming into our world and just kind of fitting in, but you want them to feel a part of it. So I think everybody in the household has to be on board with that decision if it's something that somebody wants to do.
Well, it does seem like during this process you have become a part of their family, Sylvia. Do you
Yeah.
feel that way?
Yeah, and like I really feel part of the family now, and I really feel like I don't know, part of the family.
Okay, so part of the family it is. So Elisa, what would you recommend to anybody that's thinking about joining? Again, it's ASSE.com. They just have to be dedicated to the student. They have to really put the student first and foremost, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's extremely important. I mean, that's what it's about. It's an experience that the whole family will benefit from. But like I said before, it's definitely a commitment. And I've also watched some students be placed in families where they didn't have as much commitment and they weren't getting the experience.
Sure.
We actually helped a child move and be replaced into another family, which was a little bit better of a situation, or just maybe a better fit. I think that's a better way
That's
to
a
put
good
it.
way of putting it, a better fit, because
Yes.
you guys obviously fit perfectly together, right?
Right.
So that may not always be the case, and that's no one's fault necessarily.
Right. And I think that's important too with the families considering, because they have the choice more than she didn't really have a choice with me. I was like, I'll take Sylvia. So the family has to decide, like I wanted somebody who definitely loved animals, dogs in particular, because I have my fur babies. And just think about your household and how would that person integrate into it? Will it be, transitional? Like if you have children and they're boys, then you should probably have a boy exchange student.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So just thinking about all of that stuff.
And how helpful is the International Student Exchange Program with you?
They've been wonderful.
Yeah.
They check in all of the time, making sure that I'm good, Sylvia's good, and they put together activities a couple of times. Well, not every month, but as often as they can. They had a lot of students this year, so I don't think she
that's
could
great.
do it as much as she wanted to. But getting us all together, and yeah, they're really.
Now, this, I guess, is kind of a tough question, and it's no reflection on ASSE.com or International Student Exchange Program, but because you become so close with Sylvia, will you do this again?
I don't know. I've been asked by this organization and also another one because we had such a great experience. It's not that I wouldn't do it again, but definitely not next year. It would just be too hard. And like I said, it is such an investment. So I've got traveling coming up in the next year, and that wouldn't be fair to be like, oh, hey, okay, you're going to stay with a friend now
Right.
because I've got this and this to do. So there's a lot to consider, going into it. But maybe down the road, it's going to be tough if I did for somebody to compare with what we have.
Yeah.
and
Do
her.
you have younger siblings? Can you just keep sending the youngest?
Yeah.
to Lisa? Oh no,
She's the youngest.
that's the last one. Okay. So Sylvia, what's the very first thing you do when you get back home?
Probably will see my friends, and then I'll probably start studying.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't even take any break? When does?
During the break,
Yeah.
I will.
Well, in Greece.
Oh yeah, we go like in a family trip in Greece.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I will probably visit my grandparents that
that's
I didn't see for a long time, and catch up on things.
But you were able to stay in contact with your family the whole time.
Yeah, through like video calls and messages. I mean, I don't call them every day because
Because you're
don't-
busy.
Yeah. And then because I don't want to speak that much in Italian, and I want to, I don't know.
Yeah. The idea is for her to really integrate here, and
okay.
they don't. So she can talk. She has access to them,
Of course.
as often. But she also is busy here, and it's good to have that little bit of separation. So
So now that it's nearly over, I don't want to keep bringing that up.
Yeah,
What are you going? I know. What are you going to do these last couple days? Do you have any plans, or you just?
Not really. We are like planning by day. It's not
Yeah.
that we have
Yeah.
like plans, but I'll be packing for
Oh,
sure
no.
for
Oh
a
my
couple of
gosh.
days.
Oh, no.
I don't know how she's
It's gonna be
gonna do
hard.
it.
Yeah.
Oh no. Is there anything that you missed out on that you wish you could have done while you're here? No.
We really did.
You were really busy.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I think that.
Oh,
No.
jeez.
I
Okay.
didn't even expect all of that. So.
I know.
Elisa, what does your family think of Sylvia's experience?
My family thinks that she's doing great and she's amazing. So she stepped out of her comfort zone. So they are so proud of her, and also they can't wait to see her.
Oh, of course.
Of course. And yeah, they are so proud. They continue to talk about her and to my family, other families, friends. So
Sure.
we are so proud of you.
Sylvia, when you go home, do people just say how proud they are of you and how much you've grown all the time? Because that's all that seems to happen here.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna happen, but
So do you think when you get back that, because you said about not talking to your family as much and like that, do you think that your Italian has gotten worse?
no. But sometimes I forget
Yeah.
words, like not the full sentence, but just words I just don't remember it.
Do your fellow classmates speak English? I almost said American. Do
My
they speak-
classmates
Yeah.
back home. We have I mean a basic like English level. It's not. I couldn't like make conversations, I think, at the beginning. So I always like, I think that everybody should experience something like abroad and really fully like live the life like with people that speak that language.
Elisa, do you speak any other languages?
No, not at all. I speak on elementary, on middle school Spanish,
Okay.
and that's it.
So just 3 languages.
Yeah, just
Okay,
three.
well, if that's it.
I know.
I can barely speak English. I'm amazed every day that I have this job. What was the most intimidating part for you, Sylvia, when you came over here? Was it the language barrier? Was it not
Yeah,
knowing Elisa?
Was the language and probably making friends because of the language. Not the fact that I wasn't able to make like real conversations was hard to me, like to make friends and at school and everything. With the time going on, like I started like to improve my English and it was easier to communicate with people. So probably the English.
Well, you've said it numerous times that you had difficulty making friends, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
I know. I mean, at the beginning it was really hard. Like I really had hard times, and she knows.
Yeah.
And
I think that genuine connection, you know, is what she's talking about. Because you had a lot of people around you that wanted to hang out with you, and you were in the sport. But I think really connecting with a core group of people.
And I had to talk with other exchange students, and we all had the same problem. And so it pretty much, I think it's the language and the fact that we have to like experience something really like new. It's like a new, like start a new life. So it's hard.
Now, does International Student Exchange Program, ASSE.com, do they stay in touch with you, Sylvia, or is it more working with? Oh, they do.
They do, they do, and they check in like if
that's
everything is good, and if I have problem with my host family. So it's not like they ask me like private questions that she doesn't know.
Well, yeah. But she's just standing over
So
your
they
shoulder.
make sure that my host family is taking care of me. And
Let's talk about that.
She will. Yeah. What was it that you said exactly? Was there ever a time during this whole experience that you wanted to call it quits?
No. I think they really like you really grow up through this experience if you don't want to go home, like never. Because I mean, there's always that desire to say, okay, I wish I am home now just for a couple of days and then I go back. But I mean, this experience is made to like to grow up and to learn from like these moments, the hard moments.
What do you think that you'll go back to Italy with? What did you learn here in America?
I learned how to like ask for help, and don't be scared of asking like help, and like trying to also like like don't always ask help, but do alone. I don't know. Just
She's become very independent as well.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So that's probably like both asking help and be independent at the same time.
Do you think are your parents different than Elisa? Like when you go back, is it going to be stricter? Is it going to be more lax? Like how's that going to be? Because that's got to be another big part of the lifestyle, right?
So next year, I used to live always with my siblings, and next year she will be gone, and my brother is already gone for university, and so it's gonna be interesting to see like how my parents will be with just just me, because I mean I experienced to be like the only child in the house with her, but I didn't experience with my parents back home yet. So I don't know.
I'll ask you, how do you think they'll treat your sister?
No, I think they will treat her so good, like they have done with me.
They're done with you? Is that what you said?
That they've done with her.
Oh, like they've done. I see.
This
I said,
year,
wow,
so
what did you do?
You're done with me.
They haven't spoke to me in years. So there's so many. I don't want to keep asking the same kind of questions, but I do feel I haven't made you guys cry enough. Sorry, I think there's fire trucks going by. Other than Elisa, what do you think you'll miss the most?
My friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have this group of friends, and we in such a 3 months that I really know them. We did so many things, and I will miss the really simple moments, like hanging out and be on the couch and snacking all night and watching movies, that sort of thing. So.
Okay, we got to take another short break. Can you stay with us? Okay, I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.
All right, we'll be right back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV. Big Fox, stay with us. We are back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Acom. We are broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio, and this is the M.A. Neal Financial Services section of our program. We're going to change pace here for just a moment because obviously we're talking about ASSE.com, but before that, I know everybody's super excited about the Cardboard Boat Regatta. Happened a couple weekends ago, and we hosted the show. It's coming right up.
I know. We had so much fun.
It's starting on Saturday, that's right here on WYDC TV Big Fox at 5 p.m. and they play throughout, and I'll put that up on the screen a little bit. But I thought it was kind of fun to watch it this year, don't you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it because I didn't get to see it or be a part of it last year. I think this was the second year it was back.
Yeah, second
right?
year. Yeah.
And
But you
then,
did a lot of them before.
Yeah, so it felt good to be
Yeah,
back.
it felt right back in the saddle.
That's right.
Everything came natural. Big Fox, I'm not just saying it because I work here, but they do such an amazing job with that.
They really do. Yeah. It was fun too. I mean, there was so much crowd participation. We had a lot of people, 15, right? 15 heat, so 30 participants actually in the Cardboard Boat Regatta. So,
yeah. I thought it was a fun broadcast this year, and I hope that everybody tunes in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put that up on the screen right now.
Yes.
There is all the times you can watch it right there on Big Fox.
and of course, you get to hear us.
Yeah,
So.
we did great.
I think we did amazing.
I know we did. I haven't even watched it yet, and I know we did great.
I felt good about it.
Make sure you tune in. So, all right, now we'll get that off the screen, and we'll go back to our interview. We're talking about the International Student Exchange Program, ASSE.com. So, we talked about the Cardboard Boat Regatta. Let me just check that off my list. Okay. Sylvia, I mentioned during break, I was going to ask you this. What has been the biggest misconception of America? So before you got here, you probably had some idea of what it was going to be like. What was the biggest misconception?
I'm gonna be honest. I had the American dream in my head.
Yeah.
So the high school, cheerleading, the football games, the dances, and I'm not concerned about what I lived because I feel like I lived the real American dream. So
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
there's nothing that I really thought that I didn't live here. So
Yeah, when you think about it, you really did do all the kind of major goals that
Uh-huh.
a young
So,
high school person would
yeah, I
want to do.
didn't expect all of that, but
Yeah.
it was great. Yeah.
So you didn't plan on being a cheerleader? That just kind of happened?
No, I planned it, but I didn't know if my school would have it, and
Oh, okay.
so because some school doesn't have it,
Mhm.
no other exchange student I wanted to experience it, but they didn't have it in their school, so I got lucky, and the team was great. So
And what was the biggest misconception of Americans? Not America, but the individual.
I didn't really think about Americans that would be, but I can say that they're really, all of them are really nice, and they're really they were really sweet with me, and so yeah.
Yeah,
So no-
welcoming.
No complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So, Lisa, talking about you being a host family, and they're in need of host families, find out more at ASSE.com. What would you, I know I keep asking this in different ways, but what would you say if people tune in, if they're thinking about this? Because it is, as you continue to say, it's really a life-changing experience.
It
So you
is.
can't take it lightly. So if someone's on the fence, should they do it? Or should they maybe talk to someone like you? who's done it in the
Yeah,
past?
I've had people reach out to me in particular and say, I want to talk to you a little bit more about your experience and how did it happen and, kind of behind the scenes
Sure.
stuff. And I'm more than happy to talk with people. I think do your homework. And I did that as well. I only had about 48 hours to make the decision, but I reached out to somebody who I had known who didn't go through this program, but had done exchange students and brought them into her home for years, year after year. And I reached out to her and I said, what can I expect? What did you take from it? good, bad, and everything in between. And she was very real with me. And I think it comforted me and helped me say, okay, I'm going to do this. And also, I will say, and again, this is before I knew Sylvia, or I think I even had picked a student, but I was like, what if it's not a good fit? And
Sure.
like, she's not happy with me, or I'm not happy with her. There's always like an exit strategy. You know, they can place the student with another family. Hopefully they don't have to do that, because it's a little traumatic for everybody
Of
involved,
course.
especially this student. That's why you don't want to go into it lightly. But if it wasn't a good fit for one or the other, they could have a replacement.
Is this a pretty popular program? Do they have a lot of students that participate?
There are so many. I had never heard of this program. Like I said, I had never really I didn't seek this out, but they have a ton of children. I mean, they, even halfway into the program, they were sending me students that, you know, for the next upcoming year.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot.
And is it one student per family?
Not necessarily. In fact, because I was single person, I was supposed to have two in the household from two different countries.
Oh, my goodness.
And I actually was like, that is just too much. I don't have the room, and I don't think it would be fair for this, you know, for the student or for myself. Like, so they actually made an exception in my case.
Okay.
But though they have placed more than one student in a home.
That seems kind of overwhelming for not just the students, but also the host family. If
Yes.
it's from two different countries.
Yes. I think the idea is, though, they didn't want the student they wanted them to have somebody, because I didn't have children in the home
Sure,
or anything
okay.
like that, but it worked out in our favor. Yeah. So.
Well, okay, we got to take another short break. Will you stay with us? Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll be right back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. Please stay with us. All right, we are back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Aiken. We're talking about ASSE.com. That's the International Student Exchange Program. So I'm going, and I'm so sorry because I feel rude now. I've been pronouncing your name wrong. Would you tell me how to say it?
Elisa.
Elisa.
With A.
Elisa. Elisa.
Elisa.
Elisa. Okay. Elisa. Not Elisa, not to be confused, but okay. Elisa, do you wish you could have been a part of the International Student Exchange Program?
I think that now I probably could do it,
Mhm.
can do it, yeah. But when I was 16,
Sure.
I think I didn't have the right mentality to like her. So I don't know if I could do it. So yeah, probably no.
Yeah,
But,
probably not. Yeah. But that's just because of you, like who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Are people back home, Sylvia's friends and family, are they jealous? Envious?
Not really.
No?
Well,
No.
no. Maybe a good jealousy, a good jealousy, because she done everything. She went horse riding.
Oh, yeah.
Helicopter.
You were in a helicopter?
Yeah.
For what?
Just because.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow. I'm jealous now. What? When did you go on a helicopter
I
ride?
was in graduation party. One of my friends.
We had like pig roasts at my graduation parties. We didn't have a helicopter, for heaven's sake. Okay, so I guess we just answered my next question. When you look back at your trip, Sylvia, are there any special memories that stick out?
For sure, all the trips that I've done. So was California, North Carolina, New York City, and especially California was really fun for me because I was with other exchange students and they were such a good, great group, and we visited all the coast pretty much, and it was fun. So and also North Carolina was fun because it was such a quiet trip and
Yeah.
it was just the two of us and. We had time to relax for a second. Yeah.
From the craziness.
Yeah.
Well, and it must be nice when you said you went to California that you could talk and kind of
Yeah.
relate and bond with
Mhm.
the people from the international exchange program.
Mhm. Yeah, like they were all from different countries,
Mhm.
Spain, France, Germany, and all of them had like the same the same problems and the same issues. So it was nice to see like how all of them are so different, but at the same time we experience the same things.
Yeah, you can relate to each other.
Yeah,
That was
and
good.
it was good. Yeah.
And
It
you've
was-
got to do some pretty neat stuff for our area, right? What did
Yeah.
you think of our area, like Horseheads and Big
I
Flats?
think
And
it's a great area, and like as some good like places like Watkins and like Market Street. I love Market Street, and yeah, I got lucky like to.
have you had a favorite dish, like a favorite food here in America that you can't
It's
get back
not-
home?
American, but Mexican food, and we don't really have Mexican like restaurants
Yeah.
in Italy, so we're really like our food is the best, so we don't want.
So what do you think? Because I asked this question yesterday at the graduation party. Elisa like gets always Italian food for you guys.
Yeah.
Did you ever want something different? Did you like the Italian food here?
It's not Italian, but it's good. It's good in its
That
in
makes
its
sense.
way.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
different.
Yeah, it's different, but it's not bad.
When you go home, do you call it just food? Or do you call it
Yeah.
Italian food? That was such a stupid question. As soon as I started asking it, yeah, well, you don't go around going,
We
let's
ate food.
let's have Italian tonight. They're not saying let's go have Italian.
Right.
So
Yeah,
what do
we
you
have a
say?
lot
Is it
more.
by dish that
Yeah.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some food.
Yeah, like we'll say, what do we want tonight? Do we want
Oh.
sushi, Italian, Mexican?
gotcha.
Yeah.
I would
So
say I want pasta, I want pizza, I want.
Okay. So is there anything you're gonna food wise that you're gonna miss? Is it gonna be the Mexican food then?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
This is a weird topic. I don't know why I got on that. So
right.
will you come back to the States at some point?
Yeah, for sure. I think during the summer when school is over. Yeah, I don't know, but I want to come for sure in the summer. So
Well, I know we talked about it with your family, being able to talk to your family over FaceTime or whatever all that stuff is. But it's great that you can do that with your friends that you made over here too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. I couldn't imagine like life without being able to call like people.
Yeah.
Like it's great.
Yeah.
Like
And
the old
her
days.
friends miss her. It's so cute to hear them, call her up and they'll be like a group of them together,
Yeah.
and they all, when they find out she's on the phone, oh, Sylvia,
Yeah.
and they all jump in to
Oh, of
talk.
course.
It's really sweet.
Is there a big time change? Like time difference?
6 hours.
Oh, so that's not impossible.
No,
No.
I mean I can call them during the morning and afternoon, and then it's
All
not
right.
too bad.
We've got to take another short break. Stay with us. This is Frankly Speaking on WYDC TV. Big Fox will be right back. Welcome back to Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Acom. You are watching Frankly Speaking, and we're broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio. I'm looking through all my questions because we only have a couple minutes left, but I have a few quick ones to get to for our guests. And again, find out more at International Student Exchange Programs at ASSE.com. So, Elisa, you have a trip coming up to Italy. What's wrong? What's going on?
I was gonna tape you.
Why me? I'm on TV.
I have a flashlight on.
I'm on TV. Why would you need to tape me?
I don't know.
Okay.
Behind the scenes. Okay.
When did this interview go off the rails? Do you think? was it the food question?
It might
Yeah.
have been.
I think we
just-
should have.
We took a turn.
I think we should have blocked this off for only maybe like a 30-minute interview.
We had a rough night.
Long night, you lost power, so it was a long night.
Yeah, it was a long night. But what was that?
When you go? When are you going on your trip to Italy?
September.
Oh, that's great. So
know.
that must be something you both look forward to, because I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. It's going to be difficult. We know it's going to be difficult, right? We admit that. But you have that to look forward to,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So do you have anything big planned for, like helicopter rides and stuff like that?
No, I'm kind of like excited to go back actually, because I want to like really change my life there and be more do more stuff during the day. I know it's gonna be hard with this study, but I want to try to go to the gym and start a new sport. I want to start like kickboxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Kickboxing or boxing?
Kickboxing.
Oh, that's cool.
So I go from dance to kickboxing.
That seems natural in a way, right? Because
Yes.
boxers used to take
Yeah.
ballerina and
Yeah.
that's not the-
Ballerina.
ballerina. All right, let's just call it a day.
We're gonna
Let's just call it a day. I know. Cheapers. Now I don't even know what question to ask. Well, I know what I wanted to ask you. I don't think I've asked you this before. Did you have a favorite class
Yeah, graphic design.
Oh, I did ask you that before,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, because it's something that I can get in my Italian school. It's like the work that I want to, the job I want to do. So it was cool to experience it, and it was my really first experience with graphic design.
And she's so good at it. Her teacher actually sent me a really, really nice email just praising her and her work, and her talent. Yeah, it was really sweet. So
And that's what you want to go to school for, right?
Yeah.
So that, where does that come from? You just always been like, because that's kind of artistic.
Yeah, I mean, I always been like I always like drawing and like create, but when I started to use computers, I discovered like graphic design, and I watched a couple like YouTube videos explaining the job, and my father actually likes it too, so he is excited about having a daughter. That's it. So
That's great. We got to take one more break, and then we're going to wrap up, and we're going to get all the tears out of the way and do all that, okay?
yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV. Big Fox, please stay with us. Welcome back to Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Aiken. One last quick reminder before we go back to our guests. Do not forget that today is primary day, and that's all the information that you need to know. So if you are a Republican and you live in those towns, don't forget to vote. So we're going back to our guests here before we go. I guess kind of a simple question, but one that I think is important to get across. If people are thinking of becoming a host family, I know I've asked you this before, what would you say to them? Go for it. Yeah.
yeah, it's worth it. It's a very special and unique experience. You gain a family, they gain a family, and it's something that you will have forever. So memories that you make, and yeah, go for it.
Sylvia, what would you say?
I say that it creates such a great relationship, and I know that now I have a second home, and she will have a second home in Italy. So it's cool to have like this connection from two different countries.
And we didn't mention it. You showed it earlier. Could you show the bottle of wine? That's from
All right.
there. This is a commercial. I had some last night. So that's from your. Now that's your family's
Yeah.
winery,
Wine.
right?
Yeah.
We brought this for you.
Oh, thank you. I had a little bit last night. It's good fighting wine.
Yeah.
No, it's delicious. I really liked it.
It's a real one.
Are you involved in that at all? Either of you?
No, I actually just learned about some.
You just learned you had a winery?
No, we did no. We did like a wine tasting, and I learned like we had to explain like the wine and
Yeah.
which grapes was each
Okay.
bottle, and I just found out like the grapes and the story behind the winery.
Oh.
So.
Well, we are out of time. So just before we go, I know we did this last time, but would you like to say something to people watching? Both of you? In Italian.
In Italian.
Or Spanish, I guess, if you want.
Spero che non sia stata noioso.
Spero che ho parlato bene in inglese.
Sure.
What they said.
Well, thank you so much for being on the program. We're going to miss you. I know you've been hearing it forever, so you don't need to hear me say it, but we'll have you on. Maybe we'll do Zoom on the program from Italy. How's that? All right. This has been Frankly Speaking. Join us tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Thanks for joining us this morning, to our guests, and we'll be back. I look forward to it already.